Hey there, YouTube. Well, I wanted to show you all this spiffy looking 1994 BMW 530i with 125,000 miles. This is the E34 generation, which ran from 88 to 96. This also was another old favorite of mine, aside from the E39. I grew up with quite a few. A few members of my family had E34s. You would have thought that this 530 had a 6-cylinder engine, but it has a V8, believe it or not. The M60B30 engine. It's a 3-liter V8 engine. Quite tiny. That's one of the smallest V8s I've ever personally seen. The E34s that we've had were all the 6-cylinder models, which is more preferred. This V8 also made its way into the 7 Series. I don't know how wise of a decision that was. This engine only produces 215 horsepower, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a 3-liter engine, but you still have the roar of a V8, so I'd still take that. Paint is just immaculate. It was repainted, of course. I can see it's a little bit wavy here and there. Also, the previous owner added these projected headlamps. They look quite good, in my opinion. 205 60-15s. Of course, the car does have its rear disc brakes, and I'm not going to bother showing, as the BBS style wheels, but all the center caps are missing. Looking back, as its dual exhaust tips to one side. 530i, very teasing, making one think that it's a 6-cylinder, but as soon as this car takes off at a light, it'll have the roar of a V8. You'll hear how it is. Actually sounds quite nice. I guess I'll show the trunk while I'm out here. The trunk is quite large, a bit shallow, but very deep and wide. Has the CD changer here. 6-disc. It's factory. You can see it says BMW. It should have its spare under here. Or it doesn't. Howdy doody. Has its toolkit up here, as almost every BMW came. Usually most of the parts are missing, and that is the case here. You would have had the wrench for the spare tire, a few other little useful tools that you would need in case of an emergency. Oh yeah, this interior was definitely reupholstered in the lower section over here in the driver's seat. The passenger's original. Backrest is a little bit worn here, to be expected. Adjustments are down below, all the thigh support you'd ever want, the backrest. The materials are quite nice on the door panel. Everything's just cushiony, have these wood grain trim, power mirror functions, and the previous owner added a little coin holder over here in the door pocket. Here's a key, there's no key fob. Start up. I just wanted to show you around this car, as it's just not that often you run into them anymore. That's in exceptionally good shape. This interior is absolutely comfortable. These seats are the place you'd want to be in the case of a road trip. It's just so cushiony, and you can tell. Hugs your back, loads and loads of thigh support. I'm 6'1", and I'm right at home here. The transmission hump is a bit on the fat side, and you can see it's just fat. So you do have to shift your legs a little bit to the left. I find that a little bit uncomfortable, but it's actually not too bad. Interior quality was pretty good throughout. Everything is just cushiony and soft touch. Dashboard, even the lid to the glove box, the center console, everything. Let's take a look inside the glove box. It's this huge shovel-shaped glove box. You can really fit just about anything in there, even a netbook. Fog light functions are up here. It's a BMW thing those days. Radio, cassette, it does have the CD changer. A little message center, you'll have the range, 42 miles to empty, exterior temperature, average MPGs, clock, just a little mini information center. It has a dual zone climate control. It's quite rare for a 94 vehicle to have that. It seems to be working quite nice. This thing's just blowing ice cubes right now. The ashtray, you see there's a smoker. Yeah, it's definitely a smoker. Believe it or not, this car has a 5-speed automatic already. This also was a very rare thing to find those days. Have the winter mode function. Usually that's to help reduce wheel spin. In that case, it makes the car take off in second gear. That's usually the case. The transmission's taking in all the gears so far. Who knows how it shifts once you take it out to the road. The hazards, all 4 windows. It doesn't have an auto down. Window lock, the e-brake, the armrest, they're adjustable. Just push on this button. We'll retract down. The steering wheel is nicely thick. It does have this steering wheel cover. It's leather wrapped. Have the instrument speed wipers, cruise control functions. Here in the turn signal lever, and also this serves as another function to the trip computer, average MPGs and such to the other display over here. Or at least that was the case in that 318 Ti I briefly had. The headlamp functions, this little slider, paneled in. This headliner is somewhat cushiony, but it's sagging, and I'm not brave enough to open the sunroof. There's just broken pieces up here, and the panel over here is missing. Yeah, it's not even... Ooh, well, it works. Oh, unless it's another section that goes here, I'm not sure. Map lights. That one wasn't working. Oh, this one's fine. The sun visor. The vanity light started working right now. Same deal on the driver's side, the mirror and vanity light. Ocean handles on all 4 doors, and they really slam back. Look into the back seat. Materials do carry over into the back. Identicals up front. Everything's just cushiony. Little ashtray. It's a bit stubborn to open, so I'm not going to bother opening. But yeah, the rear seat is very cushiony. Not a whole lot of leg room. And check out the armrest. This is just so massive. Just look at that thing. So tall. Where are the cup holders back here? So there are no cup holders in the back seat. That's one thing with German cars. They never really thought about cup holders. Holy shit, the front doesn't even have them either. But anyways, take a look at the front seat again. It does look nice from this angle. Not a whole lot of legroom. I had the seat adjusted to where I prefer, and my leg is just cramming onto the backrest. Not a whole lot of thigh support, but again, this seat is so cushiony, so I don't know. I mean, it's comfortable and it's not at the same time. You have the rear AC vents right there. Take a look at this engine. Now just look at the way the hood opened. That was a very common BMW thing those days, even into the 3 Series. You'd open it from this direction. I always thought that was cool. And yeah, I mean, this engine just looks identical to the bigger 4-liter engine. It's somewhat running smooth, but I hear a random tick that comes on every so often. You hear it? We'll go to the other side. I hear it coming from this side. Yeah, the BMW V8s were very common to have lots of oil leaks. The 6-cylinder engines were a little bit more safer from that. Usually it was just a matter of the valve cover gasket becoming toasty. See, there it comes again. It's a tick that comes and goes. Brilliant truck. Close this hood, just put it right back down, and you just roll it up. Just hug the BMW logo, and just close. I always thought that was so cool. It always feels so solid when you close it. Window's closed. That window doesn't work for some odd reason, so it's not going to be that quiet in here. Still sounds great though. Anyways, YouTube, I just wanted to show you around this car. It's just so awesome to spot an E34 nowadays. It's just not that often you see them anymore. Well, I hope you guys got a good feel of this car. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed this tour.